Why to fear is healthy, and you should not try to get rid of it. Fear, as uncomfortable as it may be, is a fundamental and healthy emotion with deep evolutionary roots. It serves an essential purpose in helping us survive, stay aware, and learn. While people often see fear as something to avoid, here are some reasons why fear is beneficial and why we should work with it instead of trying to eliminate it. 1. Fear acts as a warning system. Fear triggers our fight-or-flight response, which is our body's way of preparing us to face danger or avoid harm. This instinctual reaction is what kept our ancestors alive in life-threatening situations and still protects us today. For instance, fear helps us recognize risks, like standing too close to the edge of a cliff or entering an unsafe environment, and prompts us to take action to avoid them. Without this response, we'd be more vulnerable to real dangers. 2. Fear helps us grow and adapt. Facing fear and learning to manage it can help us build resilience and adaptability. Growth often happens just outside our comfort zones, and fear signals that we're at that boundary. For example, public speaking, job interviews, or trying something entirely new can be intimidating, but confronting these fears helps us develop confidence and courage. 3. Fear enhances our focus and awareness. When we're scared, our senses become more acute, our attention sharpens, and we're better able to concentrate on immediate details. Fear can help us anticipate challenges, analyze situations with greater focus, and respond more effectively to potential issues. This heightened awareness is often essential in high-stakes situations where every small detail might matter. 4. Fear promotes caution and responsibility. Fear can help temper risky impulses, encouraging us to make more thoughtful decisions. If we didn't experience fear, we might take reckless actions without weighing the consequences, potentially endangering ourselves and others. This caution is essential in situations that require us to be responsible for our own or others' well-being. 5. Fear builds empathy and connection. Shared fears and vulnerabilities often create a sense of connection among people. When we realize that others have similar fears, it can foster empathy and understanding. For example, people who face fears together, whether in a challenging workplace, a support group, or even through a shared adventure, often feel a deeper bond with one another. 6. Fear encourages preparation and problem-solving. Fear is a motivator to prepare for and address challenges. People who feel nervous about an exam, for instance, are more likely to study diligently. Athletes or performers who experience stage fright often put more effort into practicing, which ultimately improves their skills and readiness. 7. Fear is a natural part of being human. Trying to eliminate fear entirely would be like trying to eliminate any other fundamental emotion, such as happiness or sadness. Emotions give depth and texture to our experiences. Fear is not only unavoidable, it's integral to our humanity, shaping our decisions, values, and relationships. Accepting it helps us approach life with realism and a balanced perspective. How to work with fear instead of fighting it. Recognize and accept it. Acknowledge your fears instead of suppressing or avoiding them. Knowing what scares you is the first step in understanding why it affects you. Use fear as a guide. Let fear inform you about where you might need to be cautious or make adjustments, rather than letting it control you. Practice exposure in small steps. Gradually facing your fears in manageable doses can help reduce their intensity over time. Shift your perspective. See fear as a motivator to take action, prepare, or push through a challenge, rather than as something purely negative. Ultimately, fear has many constructive roles in our lives, and understanding its value allows us to live more fully. Embracing fear as a healthy aspect of the human experience lets us work with it, using it to our advantage, rather than seeing it as an obstacle we have to remove.